Welcome to the MJ Take on Sports Fan Entertainment, and you read the title right. I do it every year, a way too early 2018 NFL mock draft. That's right, the 2017 NFL draft just ended, so why not a way too early 2018 NFL mock draft? It'll be on your screen in 3, 2, 1. Alright, so there you go. That is the 2018 NFL mock draft. Way too early. And I went back and I looked at my last year's mock draft, and I think I only got one pick right. And it was something like ridiculous, like a pick in the 20s. So, hey, you know, I could get one of these picks right. Now, first, let's start with the thing that people, for some reason, tend to care about most. And it's, oh, you have my team picking at this spot. They won't be picking at this spot. First of all, who cares? Okay, of course they won't be picking at this spot. Last year I had the Dolphins picking third. They ended up picking like 22nd. Like, of course I'm going to be wrong. Leave me alone. But I could be right, as I had the 49ers picking first last year. I thought they were going to be bad. I had the Browns picking second. I thought they were going to be bad. So I could be right. I will probably be wrong when it comes to most of these teams. So just relax. But this is what I feel like where each team might be picking next year. And let me be clear again. You know, I have 4 months to sit down and dissect each team's roster. Even though right now I feel that the Dolphins may not make the playoffs and I have them picking 12th, by the time I sit down, look at their roster, look at their schedule, I can say W, 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 go down, have like 12 W's, and they'll be in the playoffs. But for right now, I haven't looked at the schedules. I haven't sat down, looked at the depth charts, look at this, look at that. So this is just like what I'm feeling. So just get over the order. It really doesn't matter. I will tell you this, you know, every team from pick 7 onwards is playoff potential to me. Teams 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I don't think they're going to make the playoffs, but any team after that, any and every team after that, I think could make the playoffs this year. So even as high as number 7, who I have the Buffalo Bills taking with their own pick, I think they can make the playoffs. They could. You know, to me, they're pretty unlikely, but I think they could. Same goes for the Ravens, the Lions, the Bengals, the Redskins, the Dolphins, the Cardinals. They could all make the playoffs, dog. Relax when it comes to the order, okay? Now, teams like the Jags, 49ers, Rams, Browns, Bears, and Jets, no. I don't think so. And y'all can disagree on that, but no. So with that said, let's talk about the actual mock draft, okay? And just previewing the 2018 NFL draft class. Relative to the 2017 NFL draft class, I don't think it's that good yet. What I'm seeing is all of these prospects need refinement. Some of them serious refinement. Right now, the number 1 prospect, I would say, would be defensive end / outside linebacker Arden out of LSU. How does he compare relative to last year's number 1 prospect, Myles Garrett, the defensive end / outside linebacker out of Texas A&M? He's worse. He needs more refinement to me. He's more, I don't know, just he's more rough around the edges, more raw. He needs serious refinement and maybe needs to put on weight. Issues there. However, the one thing this class has over the last class is a couple things to me. Number 1, the quarterbacks appear to be better. But let me be clear, they appear to be better. You have Sam Darnold, who I have going number 1 overall. Josh Allen, the quarterback out of Wyoming. Josh Rosen, the quarterback out of UCLA. And Lamar Jackson, the quarterback out of Louisville. And I've already done preliminary work on these quarterbacks, and you could already see a lot more with these guys than you did with the last class. Like, I was watching Josh Rosen, who I currently am very intrigued by, and it was so clear to me right off of the bat. This guy's better than Deshaun Watson. This guy's more refined than Patrick Mahomes, Mitchell Trubisky, and Deshaun Kaiser. I think he's already better. Honestly, I think he's already better than those guys. Now, he has issues. Okay, this is a guy that can throw the ball in the middle of the field, leave the ball open for interceptions. His pocket presence needs to improve. He needs to stay healthy. But I could already see, just in terms of talent, oh, he's more talented than all those guys. I mean, Patrick Mahomes is more talented, but Josh Rosen is a guy that, man, he's accurate. as a mother, you know? And Patrick Mahomes sometimes does some things that with his footwork, he's not mechanically sound and whatnot. So, man, I really am intrigued by these quarterbacks. Sam Darnold, I really like. It was nice to have a quarterback to sit back and watch a quarterback, unlike these quarterbacks, that was in a pro style, system for the most part. He would look to his right, look to his left, throw a quick pass over the middle. Doing pro style things. NFL teams are gonna love these quarterbacks, and I'm already very intrigued by them. Josh Allen is a guy that has a lot of arm talent. I'm very intrigued by these quarterbacks. Now, the guy that I actually like the least, and that's why I haven't going forth, is Lamar Jackson. I think he has a lot to work on, a lot to improve upon. But the reason I still have him going in the first round is because, man, if Deshaun Watson is going to go in the first round, then likely so will Lamar Jackson, right? Because Jackson, I think he's more talented, but I think Watson is safer. Jackson still has some stuff to work on for me. And maybe teams won't like him at all. It would not shock me if Lamar Jackson is a second or third round guy. Honestly, it would not shock me if by the time he gets to that point that proves to be true. Because I think we've all learned at this point, or hopefully we have, these quarterbacks that are really run-centric, and I mean really run-centric, like these Vince Youngs, these Jake Lockers, these guys that really, Robert Griffin III, the guys that really rely upon their legs, they're just not that good in the NFL. Michael Vick was good for a while, but it just ends up flaming out. All these guys end up flaming out. You have to make your stance in the pocket. Marcus Mariota was not a running guy. He was a running guy because he had to, because that was the offense he was in, but you could see him sit in that pocket and make throws, make progressions, read his progressions, and doing his thing in the pocket. Lamar Jackson, I need to see more of that from him, but I think he'll go in the first round right now. So those are the 4 quarterbacks I have going in the first round. And, every year we like to project a bunch of quarterbacks going in the first round, and then we end up going, and then maybe that may not be true. But I think it's actually legitimate this time, and there's even some more guys that could climb up, but you did not see Jake Browning go in this mock. I think he's going to go 3rd or 4th round. I think he's really overrated. Mason Rudolph, not good enough to me. Baker Mayfield, not good enough to me to go first round yet, at least, but there will be movement. Remember last year, we had Deshaun Watson and Brad Kyle going number 1 and number 2 overall. And Brad Kyle was drafted like the 6th round, dog. Okay, so things will change indeed. But I see legitimate talent with Sam Darnold, Josh Allen, Josh Rosen, and Lamar Jackson. And I have the Jets taking Darnold, Browns taking Allen. And the thing with the Browns, yes, they did just take Deshaun Kaiser, the quarterback from Notre Dame, in the 2nd round of this draft. But unless if he really impresses them, if one of these quarterbacks is available next year, they're going to pull the trigger to me, especially if, man, I'm not sure Hugh Jackson's going to be there. I mean, I know the Browns are... they're saying that, hey, we're going to be patient with this guy and whatnot, but if they win like 4 games again, he may be gone, right? And they could, seek to get a new head coach, and it wouldn't shock me at all. So I think they could look quarterback again and then finally take their franchise quarterback, probably, hopefully, in this upcoming draft, and we'll see. 49ers I have passing on a quarterback as I project them to sign Kirk Cousins, as does everyone. But again, this could prove to not be the case, and they could be in need of a quarterback next year. So we'll see, man. I mean, and I have the Jags taking Josh Rosen. I mean, Blake Bortles. Look, he currently is in the last year of his deal. The Jaguars could pick up a 5th-year option on his contract, but they have not done it yet, and the rumors are circulating that they won't. Okay, so they're going to be in need of a quarterback if they don't re-sign or franchise Blake Bortles next year, or within the upcoming months. So I currently have them taking a quarterback, and this will be the last piece for them. It'd be a hell of a piece, as I'm very intrigued, as I said earlier, in Josh Rosen. And I have the Redskins taking Lamar Jackson, as Kirk Cousins will probably leave next year. I think they can't franchise him again. Or actually, no, they can, but it will be for a ridiculous amount of money, upwards of $25 million if they want to franchise him for the 3rd straight year. Why? I mean, it doesn't make sense. So I project for him to leave and for them to be in the market for a quarterback next year. And again, don't worry about the order too much, guys. It really doesn't matter. I'm going to sit down and go through the schedules, do wins and losses by August or even July, and then things will be more definite. So don't be shocked, Ravens fans, oh, you have us picking top 10. It really doesn't matter. When I go through the schedule, I could say, oh, 10 wins for the Ravens. Okay. All right, there it is. And then I'll update. But for now, this is what I'm feeling about each team. And of course, I'm biased. And I have the Titans picking 25. So, I mean, just get over it. So there you go. That is my 2018 NFL mock draft. One thing I want to note, actually, the thing is with these wide receivers, some of them are unproven. Like, again, all of these guys are unproven. Now, these wide receivers, like Calvin Ridley, has a lot of talent, but only had like 790 receiving yards this year. Christian Kirk only had like 900 receiving yards this year. So a lot of unproven guys. I had Josh Sweat going in the first round. He was under like 8 sacks or 9 sacks this year. Sam Hubbard. People keep talking about Sam Hubbard, this defensive end out of Ohio State. He hasn't actually done much yet. Same goes for Tyquan Lewis out of Ohio State, who I'm going in the first round. A lot of unproven guys right now. A lot of guys that need refinement in this 2018 NFL draft as I look forward to it. But there's still talent, and I'm sure some guys will improve. And there are already guys that are producing a lot, producing well. Bradley Chubb out of NC State, Malik Jefferson out of Texas. Darius Geis had a nice year in relief of Leonard Fournette. Saquon Barkley, who I'm very intrigued about. But guys need to improve. Deshaun Hand, the defensive tackle out of Alabama. A lot of unproven and unrefined talent I'm already seeing in this 2018 NFL draft class. But the quarterback class has a lot of potential indeed. So there you go. That is my 2018 NFL mock draft. What are your thoughts on this mock draft? Comment down below. I want to know. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and most importantly, to subscribe. And until next time, this has been the MJ Take on Sports Fan Entertainment. And I'm out. Peace.